Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, as you can see, I'm back in Ottawa, but if you thought that my trip home went without any bumps in the road, you got another thing coming. So I cannot believe how much bad luck I've had on this cruise, right? I've had all those flight delays, the missed flights, the canceled flights, etc., all the way to the Icon, to the Region 7 Seas. Then I got the stomach virus when I was on board, and I left the ship with the sniffles, catching a cold of all things. Hardly able to enjoy that cruise. While I was on the cruise, the Sun Princess got canceled, so I don't get to go to that cruise, and then I have to fly home. And in case you're wondering, yeah, the flight home didn't go real smooth. So I got off the ship in the morning, feeling a little depressed because I didn't get to spend a whole lot of time on the ship. So that's right, because I was sick and everything, I really didn't get out and enjoy the excursions or anything that, that's what this kind of cruise is for. The shore excursions, the small ports, the places you don't normally get to. So I really disappointed I didn't get to do that. But like I said, I wasn't going to get other people sick, so I quarantined myself and stayed in my room, and that's what I did. And then when I was about 2 days before getting off, Regent asked us to fill out the form of where our flight is, what airline we're going to, etc. I filled it all out, got my ticket and everything for my bus to get to the airport, got on, got to the airport, and I got there, I'd say around 10 o'clock in the morning, and my flight wasn't until 6 o'clock in the evening. So I was okay. I said, you know what? I got lots of time here, but no place to sit, no place to really do anything too much there in Argentina, in Buenos Aires. But I started walking around, looking for my airline, because it wasn't Air Canada, it was Air Linhas, because it's a carrier kind of thing to get to Air Canada. It's like a connecting flight. Well, they sent me to the wrong airport.
Okay, I'm at my second airport, and not because I've taken a flight. Region 7 Seas dropped me off at the wrong airport. He dropped me off at a different international airport. And so luckily I had asked early, because I was unsure of the airline. And then I found out, nope, wrong airport. My airport was another hour away. So another $200 in taxis to get here. And found out, yep, now this is the right airport. And now I'm waiting for my flight. Thank God I had a late flight. But it's typical of this journey, is it not? So far, with everything going on, my first thing that happens when I'm leaving is I got dropped off at the wrong airport. Yay!
That's right. I was in a totally wrong airport. And we're not talking the wrong terminal. I was in a wrong airport. The other airport was an hour away. Guess what? The taxis in Argentina don't take credit cards. So I literally had just enough money in Brazilian dollars left over to get me a ride to the other airport. Get to the other airport, get on the plane, we're flying there, and we're landing, and I notice I have about 40 minutes to get to my flight. Now, the good thing was I didn't have to go through security. Well, sorry, I didn't have to go and get my bag and then go through security again. I still had a security checkpoint to go through, but I didn't have to go out, get my bag, wait for it to come. It was going all the way to Ottawa. At least that's what it's supposed to do. So I get up to security, and of course, there's one security line. And that's it for the international transfers. One line, one x-ray machine kind of thing, and of course the people in front of us, they're trying to bring liquids through, they're trying to bring fruit through, they're trying to bring vegetables, dog food, all this stuff. And I'm not talking one person, I'm talking about 8 or 9 different people in front of me in line, all trying to do this. And every single one of them were being told, you can't bring it, you can't bring it, yet they still tried to bring it through, even though they saw the other people couldn't bring it through. They still kept it in their bag and just maybe we'll get through. So quite literally, I get through security and I have to run to the other end of the airport. And I mean I run. I'm at full tilt all the way to the other airline to get to the Air Canada flight, and I get there, there's nobody there, there's one person at the counter, and it's saying last call, but it still says last call. So I run up and the person says, hey, glad you made it. Oh, great. And I run, I get through, and he says, yeah, go on down. I head down. I'm the last person to get on the plane before they close the doors.
So, as you can see, there's nobody behind me. Nobody. That's called making it by the skin of your teeth. I ran the whole way.
There's literally about 10 people in front of me, and then they were closing the doors, and that was it. That's how close I got to that flight, by the skin of my teeth. Wow. That was really, really lucky. Oh, I forgot to tell one other part of the story. When I was going through the Argentine checkpoint for customs, they had an issue with my printouts for my flights. And the girl says, excuse me, and she walks away. Now she's gone about 15 minutes. I've never been stopped with my passport and my my boarding pass at customs. I've never been stopped and had to wait there for any reason. And it took about 12 to 15 minutes before she finally came back. And she said, okay, you're all good to go. And off we went. Now, I didn't know what they did. I was just happy that there was no issue. And I took my stuff and I headed out. Here's where that part of the story comes into play, because I got to Montreal and I have a connection to Ottawa. So the flight was good. That part was good. No problems. Got into Montreal, headed out to go to the connections, went to go and get, got through customs in Canada, no problems there, headed out to go and head to the connection flights, and they're trying to scan my next boarding pass and they won't do it. It won't scan because the people in Argentina scratched out the barcode with a pen. I didn't notice it. I didn't check for that. I had no idea what they were doing. I don't know why they did it. I have no clue why they did it. But guess what that meant? That meant I had to exit the airport again, go all the way back out, up to the regular check-in desk for your flight as if you were leaving out of Montreal, go through security, get a new boarding pass printed out, go through security all over again. Instead of just walking to my plane, I had to go and get my suitcase, like my backpack searched, my cameras and all that, search all over again, get through, get to the plane. Finally, I'm like dead tired. I left, if you're talking Ottawa time, I left the ship for Ottawa time at 7 a.m. And I arrived here at my house at 11 a.m. And so that's overnight. That's not just 7 a.m. to 11. That's not I mean overnight and then the next day. That's how long I've been up, and that's why I look like this. But in case you were wondering if the joy and the fun of that travel vacation was finally over, no. Because as I'm looking for my suitcase is nowhere to be found.
Okay, and the icing on the cake? The icing on the cake? Do you not see something here? Do you not see? That's right. My luggage hasn't shown up. According to the computer, it's still in Sao Paulo. This has been one great disaster after another.
It's just an empty conveyor belt. And so I head over to Lost Baggage. They scan my ticket that I have of where my luggage tag should be, my bags. And it says it's in Sao Paulo. Now, I tried to search it because I have the tags in it, and it said North America. But it was vague. It wasn't giving me an exact location, almost like it was still in flight. But they said, I told them that I had a very quick connection in Sao Paulo, and they said, well, maybe what they did is they rushed, it makes sense that it didn't get scanned properly, and that the bag is actually in Montreal. I said, oh, well, you would think since we were the very first plane to land in Montreal, because there's a curfew in Montreal, no plane's allowed to land before 6 a.m. We landed at 6 a.m., the very first flight. We were first in line. So the baggage coming off that plane should have been first. Should have been the easiest one to do before they get all backed up. And so I have a feeling that my bag is still in Brazil, if not Argentina. But I think Sao Paulo, I think that's where it got mixed up. So now that's the trip home, everybody. How's that for a vacation, guys? How does that, like, one cruise gets canceled, 3 flight cancellations, missed 3 different connecting flights, lost luggage, got the norovirus, and comes down with a head cold and a flu all at the same time. All at the same time on the one trip. If this wasn't the worst start to a year as far as cruising is concerned for me, I don't know what is. At least I enjoyed the icon. At least I enjoyed the icon of the seas. And now I'm going to rest up a little bit and start planning what I'm going to do in March, because I'm going to head to the Sun Princess in March. And I'll see what else I can do at the exact same time. Well, I hope you don't have flights like I do. I hope you don't have a trip like I do. I hope you have a much better vacation than I did on this trip. But if you did like the video, why not give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation. Much better than the one I just had.